So just begin to relax. You might want to take off your shoes, lean back at a comfortable angle, and allow yourself to feel the air on your exposed skin. We're going to work on actually feeling things tonight, actually feeling our experiences, feeling our feelings. That'll be a pleasant journey and a healing journey. To the degree of your comfort, you can allow those feelings to pass through. Just begin to move your feet a tiny bit, maybe making little circles. Moving them slightly to make them absolutely comfortable. And know that you're in a safe place. You're in a peaceful place. Take a deep breath and relax. And allow your feeling, the temperature, the time of day. You might be surprised even to notice that you can feel the amount of light in the room. If you have any sunlight on you, then you certainly can feel that. And you can even pretend that you can feel sunlight. You can imagine that you're lying in a warm, comfortable place, maybe a favorite place, that you can feel your surroundings, you're familiar with it. Or it could be the surface that you're resting on that is welcoming. And just allow yourself to become more aware of what you feel. To feel not only the surface you're resting on, but know that there are things around you that you could touch, things around you that you can maybe smell. You might remember something that you tasted last. And most of all, you can be very present right here and right now and stop doing anything else. You can give yourself a few minutes to honor who you are, to honor your journey. And here's a word that we don't like much, but to honor your suffering. Because there's always things in life that came and are coming and will come that qualify as suffering. But we can be at peace with that because we have a skill. That skill is called the present moment. Mindfulness. Right here, right now. And you can take your hand and very gently, as though you were touching a little child, maybe even a baby that's half asleep, and touch your own cheek very gently. You can move and touch your forehead, especially across your eyebrows, smoothing out any worry, smoothing out any wrinkles, because all those little muscles in your face are relaxing. And we're going to look at that hand that's touching you, touching your other cheek now, maybe right down to the tip of your nose. I used to kiss my babies right between their eyebrows. There's a perfect little place there to receive a mother's love, to receive a mother's kiss. Just gentle. You might take one of your fingers and stroke right up that area between your eyebrows to your hairline. And feel your body. Feel your breath. You might even begin to feel your heartbeat as you just relax and go deeper. You will feel your heartbeat. You might feel it in your chest, or you might feel it in your fingertips. You might even feel it in your toes. But this is going to be about being in touch with our feelings. We have the feelings now of touching our face, and we can feel our face with our fingertips. So we can use our fingertips and our hands also to receive that sensory input. You can bring your hands down under your ears, just around your neck there, very gently, as though you were a little child just ready to fall asleep. Sometimes little children have a need. They actually have almost a hunger to be touched gently, to be loved. And that healing hand that you have touching your face right now, or maybe both of your hands, they're saying very directly to your feelings, you are loved. Sometimes we have trouble getting in touch with our nurturing parent. Well, here she is. And she's saying, I love you. She's very present in her touch. Sometimes there aren't words for this feeling. Sometimes the most important thing is the feeling. And something that happens for us is a movement in our thoughts and a movement in our mind that brings us awareness. And when we have that awareness, we start having a feeling about it. And our body starts to respond. And as long as you have this loving touch, very strong, your body will be able to respond instead of react. The soothing and the comforting, the self-love. We might not have learned that because sometimes we were not seeing very much love from other people. But we can give that comfort to ourselves. And let's take a deep breath and let it out slowly as you let go of any tension or tightness in your body. Relax your shoulders and let them fall. Let that feeling of deep peace move down your arms to your hands. And there you might feel that tingling in your fingertips, that pulse, because you have a good heart. You have a heart of compassion and kindness. And that good heart is beating strongly. It's sending compassion and love through every cell of your body. Where in the world did that come from? When we didn't receive it from a person we needed it from. We need to realize that we may have made that person our higher power. We may have made another human being our higher power. Human beings aren't suited to be your higher power. There is an energy and a strength in the universe that lovingly guides and controls even the hand that you're touching your eyebrows or your cheeks with. And that loving energy, like a quietness of spirit, begins to come into your body and to energize your heart. They've found now that your heart actually has its own set of understanding, like your brain does. They contract parts of your brain as you respond to different things. Having brain coherence is very important. But they found now that there's also coherence of the heart. I believe that that coherence is between you and your higher power. Because your heart beats rhythmically and it's known exactly how to beat ever since the moment you were conceived. It developed more skills, but it's kept that steady rhythm your entire life. It's told you when to breathe in and out. And if you take a deep breath right now, I can tell you that you're going to want to breathe out. You're going to want to let go of that breath. You're going to want to release it. Sometimes I get asked, how do you release things? How do you let them go? When you want to let them go, it's as simple as breathing out. Exhale the things that you're ready to release. Exhale and know that you have that quiet place, that place that you can journey to inside yourself. You have a shelter. No matter how much rain there is, it always runs out. The same way the good things end, so do the bad things. It's a matter of time, and it's also a matter of understanding. Because we want to be able to keep our faith that things are going to change. They always will. Take another deep breath. Breathe in that positive light and energy. And as you breathe out consciously, let go of something that you want to be free of. Let go of concerns and begin to move into that sheltered place, just as though you're in a beautiful wilderness where everything is safe. Nobody there but you. There's a beautiful shelter there in the side of the rocks. It's very safe and open, and a little fire all laid out. You can go over there and just snap your fingers and touch that log and make that fire appear. Set the fire by striking that original match with yourself. Striking that original fire, you begin to shed light on your own understanding. Because sometimes we need to withdraw. Sometimes the world just feels too loud. Sometimes we feel grief and sadness, and we can't explain. But we don't need to, because our higher power understands so much more than we do. And it's right here now offering guidance on your next step. When things begin to feel heavy, we can run into this shelter, run into this heart of compassion, because that's what it is. It's your kindness. And how do we let go of the thing that's hurting us? With every breath, we exhale. With every breath, we allow those things to leave us, just like we allow that used up breath to leave us. Sometimes there's noise and restlessness. There may be fear. You may feel that there's a storm inside your chest. But we know that the storm can be gentled with one breath. Even though you feel it inside, your breath can become your peace. We can't do anything about yesterday, and we can't do anything about tomorrow. But we can change the next moment. People talk about one day at a time. Let's think of one breath at a time. Take another deep breath and hold it as you begin to think, how do you get to the next moment? How do you leave this moment that you're in behind? and get to the next one. It'll become apparent very shortly because you are compelled to breathe out. You're compelled to let that breath go. And when you do, you move into the next moment, right? Now, just breathe out and you find yourself in the next moment. Think about that for a minute. We can't pretend that there isn't any harm or that it's all gone. And that isn't good anyway. But we can turn away from that and turn to what is true. What is true is you are loved. We always turn towards that truth. And when we close one breath and the next one begins, we can close and choose when that pain or feeling is coming. We can let that go, close that feeling, and the next feeling with that next breath, we can choose not to add more fire to the suffering. We don't have to dig for the suffering. We don't have to try to feel it. If it's there and you're ready, it will come. It will come safely and it will come to the degree of your ability to handle it. It will come to your strength. The suffering can pass through. It can pass through us just like a breath. Now, let's imagine that as I count down from 10 to 1, you can go deeper into those positive feelings while your subconscious mind thinks about what I said. Because our subconscious is working to bring us home to ourselves, to bring us home to our breath, to bring us home to compassionate care. As we relax deeper, and I count from 10 to 9, 8, 7, 6, double your relaxation, 5, 4, deepening ever deeper, your subconscious mind understanding everything that we've learned and everything we've talked about. It's all right there as you go deeper to 6 and 5 and 4 for your benefit. We were talking about the way flowers bloom a minute ago. And White lotus flowers, especially, bloom in mud, but they open like the sunrise. And even though they've just come through muddy ground, they open completely clean, untouched even by rain. Everything just rolls off. And with every breath, you are allowing things to roll off. Nothing can make you do that. Nothing can change except your choice to allow it. You can choose to allow your heart to rise in kindness and to bring you home, to bring you to compassion for yourself. How long does it take that? One heartbeat and one breath. One heartbeat and one breath. Feel it this time. Feel how you can release and then remain in that fresh breath. Not a whole day at a time, just a breath at a time. And think, may your heart be untroubled. May your heart learn from all the times that you've gathered information. All the things that you have gotten can't compare to what you're feeling right now. Feel your feelings. Gather in that essence of yourself, that oneness. Hold on to that hope without losing faith that this will change. If it's good, it will eventually pass. But we may be able to get ahead of it and make it not pass quite so hard or quite so fast. We can observe it and let that suffering flow through us. When you feel the sadness or grief, and you can't explain that to anyone because you may not even be sure what you lost. When you're feeling grief, though, it's because you've lost a part of yourself. Sometimes the world is just too loud, and it drowns out that quiet peace that says, may my love for myself and my higher power's love for me become a peaceful shelter, a quiet place of love that makes it change now. That quiet shelter of love comes from the courage to turn directly at your feeling and bow to it. It's an old friend. It isn't anything new, and it will never be getting worse than it was. It will never be arising any more than you've already experienced. And you can think of all of the kindness and compassion that you've expended into other people and your kindness and caring for them. And I know, and you know, that it was your intention to heal in some way. People that have been wounded have the greatest capacity for caring and love. We may never have received it, but that great capacity for caring and love is something we can show ourselves by choosing our next step lovingly and carefully, to let the suffering pass through us and to bring us to a better place on our path. Whatever you've experienced will never be any worse than you've already lived through. And all of that great compassion and love grows by the moment as you breathe. Breathe in peace, breathe in light, breathe out life and healing to the whole world. You can start by breathing in and out and sending love to a child or a little animal that you love, someone that you have the deepest kindness for already. And then start moving up that ladder of people that are harder and harder to do that for. And when you do that, make careful note. How long does it take you to get to yourself? Because the kindness for yourself needs to be right there in the first few. Take another deep breath and hold it. And if you can't heal the whole world, if you can't make everybody in your life right, then you can heal the next moment with your next breath. Breathe out healing right now. And know that you have contributed to the good. You've contributed to the love that another person needs. Your higher power is perfectly able to convey that love to them. Take another deep breath. And this time, breathe out that warm light of love, that warm shelter for yourself. Seek the shelter of yourself and let your loving kindness hold you in its embrace. Allow your higher power time to help you think of the very best next step to take in your life. Or maybe the very next best step is to be right here, right now, in the warm shelter of yourself. Let's practice one more time. Take a deep breath and hold it. How do you heal the rest of your life? You can't. But how do you heal the next moment? How do you move from this moment, maybe where there's pain, and move into a moment of healing? Just exhale healing into that breath and let the next moment bring you healing. Feel and experience everything that I've talked about. Find yourself. Find yourself first. Because until you know where you are, other people are just roaming around. Be present. Be able to give what wasn't given to you. And most of all, give it to yourself. You are loved. You are needed. You are cherished. You are surrounded in the kind and loving thoughts of those that bring well-being to you. Right here and right now. And in just a moment, when I count from 1 to 5, at the count of 5, experience yourself growing into this present moment, moving into that warm shelter that you've given yourself within your own love and your own compassion. You can choose right now to stop throwing more gasoline on that fire of suffering. You can blow out a little piece of the flame with every breath that you take. The breath contains your peace. Your breath makes you transparent. Just let everything move through you the same way your breath moves through this moment into the next. And with the number 1, just begin to come up. With the number 2, feel your weight on that welcoming, comforting surface beneath you. With the number 3, just allow yourself to feel without fear exactly what you're feeling right now. Gratitude, compassion, peace, harmony, serenity. Right in this present moment. Feel the need to move around a little bit. And number 4, just take a deep breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And number 5, just open your eyes, wide awake and feeling wonderful. All the way back, all the way in the present moment, right here, feeling who you are, your true self.